Hi you guys, welcome back to another In the Kitchen with Lisa. Today I'm going to be making the pesto spinach sauce with meatballs, and I'm going to make a traditional marinara sauce with meatballs, you guys, and this is all going to be fresh. It's not going to be from can, so I hope you try these recipes. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, you guys, we're going to get started with the meatballs first, and the turkey meatballs, and the turkey is going to go with the pesto because pestos tend to go better with lighter or white meat. But I'll tell you the truth, you guys, though, I do put pesto on my beef meat also, just because the acid in the tomato sauce tends to really irritate me, the acidity. So here, but I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of oregano in there, a little bit of Italian seasoning to my meat, and a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then I have a tomato basil seasoning that I picked up from the grocery store once before. Next, I'm adding the Parmesan cheese here to make it more cheesy. And then next we're going to add the almond flour meal. This replaces breadcrumbs or cereal, whatever you use. You can use it if you want to, but you don't have to. You want to take an egg and beat it. And so I'm just going to add just a tad bit because you don't want it to get real, wet. Just add a little bit of egg mixture. And then you want to go ahead and mix that up together. You want it to a good texture where you can roll them into balls. And depending on how big you make these balls, they should make about 3 or 4. And that size was probably like a 1/4 pound of meat that I used. And then you just want to bring your pan. And turkey can be a little bit dry, you guys, so you may want to spray your pan with some olive oil or some coconut oil before putting it in there. The beef, you really don't need to. And then I'm just going to form these into balls like this. And you guys, I typically will cook my meatballs in my air fryer, but if you don't have an air fryer, they cook and bake just as well in the oven. Same concept. The air fryer just, to me, cooks a little faster. But I'm going to actually put these inside the oven today. So that's the 3 meatballs, and so I'm going to throw these into the oven, and then when they're done, I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm back, and we're getting ready to do the beef meatballs. You're going to prepare these the exact same way that you did the turkey. We're going to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese in there, and you can put a lot in there if you like. You can add onions and bell peppers and whatever you like in your meatballs. That's up to you. And then a little bit of the almond flour we're going to put in there again, and then we're going to put our oregano and our basil and Italian seasonings in there. And you don't have to go heavy on your meat with the seasonings because you're also going to put the meat the seasonings from the sauce on top of the meat. And so you're going to add a little bit of sea salt there. So you don't want it to have too much seasoning or salt. A little bit of black pepper. And again, this is my Italian, basil and tomato seasoning. So we're going to add a little bit of the egg mixture again in here. I'm going to mix it up just a little bit before I put some in there. That should be enough. Just go ahead and mix this all together. Either use your hands or use some type of spatula or something, whichever way is easier for you, I think. All right, now that's all ready, and I have my pan here. Again, I'm gonna just put these. I have a little bit more hamburger meat than I had turkey, so I may end up getting about 6 balls out of this one. Just gonna ball them up like that. You guys, I hope you are enjoying these videos, and because I can do more food videos than I can do other videos, and I think that's what's the biggest thing is about the food, because you can't even you know, really out exercise a bad diet, as they say. You can, but it's easier to do the diet first and get that under control. These last two are kind of little, but you'd end up making 6, probably more. Like a 5 with one gigantic one probably would have been more. Okay, so that's all ready. Those are the meatballs, and I'm gonna throw these into the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I'll be back. We're gonna go ahead and start on our pesto sauce. And you guys, if you're just doing a little bit of pesto sauce, then you can do something like an emulsifier like this if you have them. I'll put the link down below. They're relatively inexpensive. You can use these to make it. Let's go ahead and get started and get into the pesto sauce. So you're gonna take your spinach, and I'm just gonna chunk them down a little bit here. And you guys know that I believe in using stems because a lot of nutrients are inside of stems. This is the basil, and I'm gonna loosely chop this up, and we're gonna put the basil inside. And as far as how much you want in there, it's up to you. Put as much as or little as you like. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of the Parmesan cheese in here. And then this is your garlic, and I really like a lot of garlic. You just want to take some roasted pine nuts. They start off raw, and then I just roast them on high heat with a little bit of olive oil. You don't want to use a lot, and you don't want to burn them. I almost got these too toasty, but then you're just going to put your pine nuts in here. And then you're gonna put just a little bit of lemons, and you can squeeze it through your hands to catch the seeds. You don't want a lot because you don't want it tasting lemony. You want it to taste like basil. And that's about enough of that. And then you add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of Italian seasoning if you like. And that's it. And then you just start the process of emulsifying it or blending it. And you don't want a lot of water because you don't want a thin taste. You want it thin enough to pour, unless you like it really thick, but you don't want it watery because you want it to hold on to your pasta. And the low carb pasta we're going to use, it actually needs a thicker sauce. Okay, that consistency seems about right. And some people like their sauces with a little sweetener in it, so if you want to put a little bit of stevia in here at this time, or Splenda, whatever you use, you can. I would just put very little bit first and taste it so it doesn't get too sweet, because remember, you're going to put this on top of meat and pasta, so you don't want it sweet like a dessert. All right, now that is the pesto spinach sauce. And remember, you do not have to put the spinach in there if you don't want to. And if it's still a little bit watery or too green tasting for you, add a little bit of stevia or lemon juice, or a little bit more water if it's too thick. And it's all good because it's your sauce and you do it to your taste, okay? All right, we'll be right back with the marinara sauce. Before I start the marinara sauce, I just wanted to show you guys the miracle noodles. And these, I typically will have these already in warm salt water and have rinsed them a few times and then let them soak in warm salt water for at least a half an hour before I use them to eat, because the miracle noodles come in a liquid that has some type of little, I don't know, like seaweed, or sure, you rinse these really well, and then I let them tenderize in hot salt water. Go ahead and get into the marinara sauce, and I'm going to be using heirloom tomatoes. Use the cup and the emulsifier if you want. A lot of people will also boil or blanch their tomatoes and get the skin off. But you guys, I'm a big believer in eating the whole fruit or vegetable if it's an edible skin or seed, or you know, something like that. Like grape seeds are really good for you and people don't know that. And you guys, you know, some foods like raw foods are better for you uncooked, but some fruits and vegetables, mostly vegetables, are better for you cooked, and tomatoes are actually one of those. That's when it's actually good, really a good cancer fighting agent. You want to always clean up your station as you go, so you have room to work and it just doesn't get too messy. All right, and I'm going to just add a little bit of salt into this mixture just so I can get the salt to go through it, and then I'll put the rest in the pot when we go to cook it. And this just goes on like that, and this goes into the top of it. And what I'm going to do is actually add in half of the garlic, and then I'm gonna put the other half inside the skillet to roast with the basil. Just put that one right in there so it infuses with the tomatoes. And you guys remember I said whenever you can get some veggies in, you know, wherever you can get them in, put them in. So I'm gonna actually put some bell pepper in here. Some people like bell pepper in their spaghetti and some do not. So I'm gonna put this one in here, and then I'm gonna put some in towards the end so it's a little more crunchy. Now let's go back to this. How pretty that looks. That's with the basil and the garlic. Okay, while the tomato sauce is simmering, I'm going to go ahead and plate the noodles. And this is the fettuccine noodles. And sometimes these come long depending on what brand you buy, and you have to cut them. But these were actually already short, and these are the Miracle brand ones. And then these are the spaghetti, spinach spaghetti noodles, and I did try to cut these down a little bit because they were still long, so I don't like to keep spinning my fork around trying to get them off. So there goes the spinach spaghetti, and then the fettuccine. The beef is actually darker, so we're going to go ahead and plate the beef. And then the turkey has a lighter color to it, and we're going to go ahead and put the turkey on the spinach. And so now we're going to go ahead and put the sauce on them, and the tomato sauce. You guys, that smells so good. I could have had it a little bit thicker for my taste, but that's okay. And we'll just go ahead and drizzle that all over the plate like that. Take the pesto, is really thick. I'm just gonna ladle that over the meatballs. Sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on here. I'm gonna top it with parsley. Sprinkle a little bit of parsley on here, not a lot, just a little, and parsley helps keep your breath fresh. Our bread, and voila. I hope you guys try it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if you you try it, put it in the comments. If you change, alter it around, add, subtract something, or you have a whole new recipe, you guys comment below and let me know about it. Make sure that you watch your carbs, watch your sugar in them, and have the fiber and the protein in them. So I'm getting ready to taste this, so hold on, let me get me a fork and a knife and I'll be right back. Hey, I am pooped, you guys. That was a big meal preparation today to do 2 pastas, 2 meatballs, and 2 sauces. That was a lot, but I'm glad I did it. I have some leftovers now that I can eat, and I love sharing with you guys stuff that not only will help you maintain your weight, but it will also expand your life. The main thing, the biggest thing, the elephant in the room is learning how to eat right, how to eat real whole foods. So today everything I prepared was fresh and it was whole food, real food. And if you look at the carb counts on pasta, that's almost like half of your carbs for 1 cup of pasta for the rest of the day. These noodles are actually shirataki noodles, but it's a root vegetable, so it's still a vegetable, and that's it, so it's not a lot of processing done to it. So anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this Italian meal today. I'm going to dive into this meal and take a bite of each. I'm probably too tired to eat more than a bite of each right now. I'm ready to sit down, but I want to take a bite just so I can make sure it's good before you guys go and make it. Typically, spaghetti sauce is my favorite, but I'm starting to like pesto a lot just because I don't tolerate the tomato sauce very well. But anyway, let's see here. You guys, I'll do myself with this tomato sauce this time. Sometimes I make it and it's like, and then sometimes it's like, okay, that's good. But today, this is the bomb. Thebomb.com. Old school, I'm old. Tomorrow's my birthday. You guys, oh my gosh, I thought I wasn't hungry, but this is so good. I'm hungry. It was good. And then the breadsticks. These are low carb Parmesan breadsticks. And I'll show you these on the next video of how to make these. But they go great with your pasta. They're soft. You see how easy they broke apart. And when they're warm, they're just really soft. They're more dense than like a white sandwich bread or something like that. But great bread if you're missing bread and you want to stay on low carb and you're in maintenance phase. These are great. I would not advise these for newbies or somebody who's just starting their weight loss journey. Definitely if you're in maintenance, if you've hit your goal, you definitely can have these. I already know what those taste like. I ate 2 while I was filming when the camera was off, so you guys didn't see that. All right, let me taste this pesto so you guys can go, because I know you're about tired of me. I hate twirling and twirling and twirling. See, look how long those are. I thought I cut them with my kitchen scissors, but I guess I didn't cut them enough. And you end up getting a big mouthful. But anyway, we got it on there, and a portion of the meatball. And here we go. That was a mouthful. Excuse me, y'all. You guys, man, am I smacking? You can taste the pine nuts and the basil and the lemon all infusing together in that. But, that's good too. My favorite, still hands down, is traditional tomato sauce. But pesto is good, and pesto tastes good on chips and on the bread and everything. So, anyway, if you guys have any questions, If you're looking for some of the items that I used in this video, do the links below. You guys please share my videos and help me get my name out here and grow this channel. If you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe now somewhere. It's for anybody who's looking to lose weight, sustain their weight, maintain their weight, or heal themselves or increase their longevity. So you guys, until then, see you guys on the next video. Peace, body rock, be cool.